yo, what's up and welcome. I'm the one and only West Coast King, and welcome back to King's Rising, my FIFA 15 player career. If you missed last episode, as always, it'll be in the description below, just in case you missed it. And today, we've got some very good games coming up. And I mean good games as in, we're playing teams that are very not as good as us. I don't want to disrespect anybody, but we're playing teams that are at the bottom of the table. We should be able to put some good performances together against them. So let's jump over and take a look at the calendar before we get started. Alright, taking a look at the calendar for the games coming up. We actually did start this episode off with a game against Freiburg right there on the 24th, but as I had just played against Arsenal, I was not fit for that game. We did draw 2-2, which is a little disappointing considering Freiburg is a bottom of the table team. I really wish we could have come up with 3 points, but we didn't. So the first game that you're going to see in this episode is our Deutscher Pokal Cup match against Sandhausen, I think is how you say their name. They are a lower division team, so I'm not expecting too much from them, but we have played quite a few games in quite a short span, so we're going with a bit of a reserve team with the exception of myself. It's going to be me and Ginchik up top, and I know Ginchik is not the best finisher in the world. As we get our first opportunity right here in the 14th minute, I lay it off to Ginchik, and there you can see what I'm talking about. He blasted that ball way over the bar. And I know if it's going to be goals that we're going to have in this game, it's going to be me they're going to have to get them. And I get right here nearly the same opportunity Ginchik had, and I do almost the same thing he does. Mine was a little bit closer, but in the end, we still haven't scored a goal. I got to be better. I got to get goals in this one. A little bit later, 35th minute, we're threatening again. Sandhausen not being able to break out of our pressure. We get the ball into me, and there it is. First goal of the game. A great pass from Lauschik. I can't understate that one enough. He put that ball through the legs of his defender, and I took it first time, blasted it by the keeper, and put it in near post. Great team goal, and when more importantly, we've got the lead. I mean, it was a little frustrating not being able to score up until this point, and we finally broke through right there. Right before halftime, we get a through ball up to me. You know what I'm going to do with it? Putting it in, making no mistake. We've got a 2-goal lead. I've got a brace early in this one, and we're up 2-0 before halftime. And at this point, Sandhausen kind of just went away. They did get an opportunity right before halftime on some lackadaisical defense. We let this guy get inside right there, and he very nearly put one back on the board for Sandhausen. I was so mad that we let that happen, but that was really the best opportunity of the game for them. In the 70th minute, we get one more opportunity. I scoop turn onto my right foot. A nice finesse shot. I don't know how that got in. It was so slow. I thought for sure the keeper was going to get it, but I think he was shielded a little bit, which made his reactions a little bit delayed, and the ball found the back of the net. I've got a hat trick. We've got a 3-goal lead, and this one is pretty much over. I actually subbed myself off right after that goal. We do go on and get the 3-0 lead. I played a 9.4. A 9.4. Finally, I got myself a good rating. It's been forever since I've broken the 8 barrier, much less the 9 barrier. You can see I had 93% of my passes on target. 60% of my shots. I was not out of position one time. 0 out of positions. Finally, I found out how to play defense. It's a miracle. But our very next league game is going to be against Köln. You can see not a whole lot of upper echelon talent there. Shouldn't be too hard. They're another bottom of the league team. Right here, though, you can see I'm trying to get the ball into Benteke, who I saw had found some space against his defender. So I knew if I could get the ball to the touchline, he was going to have that space. That's going to be important for a little bit later in this game. But despite me not being able to get the ball to him, Benteke does come away with a goal on this possession. Great shot from Benteke. Finally, he's starting to perform like the Benteke I was expecting to get when he came over from Aston Villa. It took him about a month, like I expected, to get himself settled and involved with this team, and he's starting to pay dividends. Just a few minutes later, we're on the attack again. I use my speed to get by the first defender, and here we go. Getting the ball down to the touchline, cutting it back to Benteke. I knew he was going to be there, I told you. And there he was for his second goal in about 5 minutes. I mean, the kid was on fire early in this one. We've got a 2-goal lead over Köln, and this game already looking like it's going to be a blowout. Köln never really threatened our goal. They kind of sat back and played defense the whole time, and God bless them, just couldn't keep us out. We're just too much. Benteke and myself, the duo, is ridiculous if we're both firing, and right now, we're both on top form. But in the stoppage time of the first half, Sakai plays a nice 1-2 with Hauschik out there. Sakai comes into the box. The little Japanese ginger fires a howitzer past the keeper. And we've got a 3-goal lead before halftime. I didn't know he had it in him. I've been getting on his case the whole career mode that I've been with Stuttgart about him making stupid mistakes. And my God, he's made a bunch of stupid mistakes. But right there, he comes through and fires. He hit that ball so hard that it hit the middle of the net, swung around and came back out the other side. But I was strapped for fitness. I mean, I'm really struggling right now. I subbed myself off very early in the second half. We do go on and get the 3-0 lead. All 3 of the goals right there were in the first half. I played a 6.9. I was out of position 5 times. I don't know what I was doing. I figured out last game how to play defense, and it seems like I forgot it right away. But despite my decent performances lately, the manager's on my case about not putting up good performances. Critical of my performance. Are you serious right now? The team is playing well. When I'm not in, we didn't beat Freiburg, so clearly I'm a key cog in the team, and you're on my case? Are you serious, man? Come on. That's just stupid. I don't understand what is going on with that. But our next game up is going to be a Euro League game against Panathinaikos. Now, I was suspended for the first match against these guys. I did pick up a red card, if you remember, a couple episodes back, so I didn't get to face them in our first go-around with them. So we're on the road this time against this team. I have no idea what to expect from them. I think they're a pretty decent team, and they proved to be so, especially on defense. In the first half, this was our only opportunity, really the only opportunity for either team in the first half. A shot gets blocked, comes over to me, and my shot gets blocked over the bar. That was really it from either team in the first half. In the second half, we're pushing the ball out of the zone. Over the top ball for Benteke. He tries to pass it to me. His pass gets blocked. He fires a shot that gets saved. Out to Harnik. Harnik whips the ball back in. And look at Benteke going up over 2 defenders. That is the Benteke I've been expecting to see. That is the Benteke that I've wanted to see since he came over from Aston Villa. And finally, that is the Benteke we're getting on the field. If he's putting those kinds of attempts away, and I'm firing missiles in from the outside, any team we play is in trouble. We've got a lot of potential on this team. Unfortunately, I only have about 2 months left with them. But if Benteke picks up his performances like that, they're in a good spot going forward. Right here, I get another opportunity. Look at that. That would have been one of the most crazy goals I've scored in my career. A corner in from Harnik. I take a touch, flick it up, and almost turn on it and blast it in near post, but I hit the side netting. A little disappointed that I couldn't put that away. In the 80th minute, we've got another opportunity. We've gone ultra defensive, which is why I'm on a 5.9. And I'm strapped. You can tell my fitness is just not there. I don't have anyone helping me, so I decide, you know what? I'll go for it myself. Hit the inside of the bar, and it goes in. Are you serious? What a shot. But if we take a closer look, you can see what happened. It took a massive deflection off the defender right in front of me. Catches the inside of the post and ricochets in. So it probably wasn't all me, but you know what? They all count, so I'll take it. One of the best goals I've scored this season. I come out shortly after that. I play a 6.8. That goal saved my rating. I was below a 6 up until that point. I was only out of position twice. My passes weren't all that great. My shots were kind of all over the place. I didn't think I played that bad, though. I don't know what my rating was, only a 6.8, but, you know, I told you I don't quite understand why that happens. It just does. So, not paying too much attention to that. We're going to take a quick look at the league table before we move on. As you can see, we are only 2 points up on Bayern. We actually played another game in there against Augsburg that I was held out of, and we lost to Augsburg while Bayern drew their match, thankfully keeping us on top of the table. But our next game up is against Kaiserslautern, and they're another bottom of the table team. I think they're in 13th place heading into this one, and they were all over us at the beginning of this game. We couldn't get the ball out of our own end. We were making crazy tackles in the box, and there's another one, and this time it finally bites us in the ass. We've been playing with fire all the way up until that point, and it finally came back and bit us. It's going to be Lakic to take the penalty for them. He puts it away. We're down 1-0 early in this one. A little disappointed to not get out of the blocks very quickly and just give up an early goal like that. But right after that, the ensuing kickoff, I make a nice move, get by one guy, and right there, you're probably wondering, why did that guy step up to me? Now, in this game, I figured out a little secret. On the harder difficulties, the defenders react to your movement before your player actually does it. So they react more to your button pushes, like when you push the button instead of when your player actually moves. So right here, I laid off the sprint button, and he reacted thinking I was going to cut inside. and then before my player could actually stop sprinting, I pushed the sprint button again and went right by him. It's kind of a little bit of a glitch, and it's kind of cheating that they can react to your button pushes before your player actually reacts on the screen, but that's the way it is. I got the goal, and we've equalized. A little bit into the second half now. We're working the ball around off of a corner. I scoop turn it, get by my man outside of the boot, put it home for my second of the game. I've got a brace. We're up 2-1 over Kaiserslautern. We need these points against lesser teams if we're going to stay ahead of Bayern Munich. I'm trying to get this team as far clear at the top of the table as I can before I head back to the Sounders coming up in January. I think that's when I'll head back, is in January. I'm not really sure. Things have not worked out the way I've expected them to since my move over to Germany, but either way, we've got the 2-1 lead in this one, and that's what's important. But I'm not done there. Oh no, a little bit later on, they are unable to get the ball out of their own zone. I read that pass, intercept it, get it into the box, set it up, and put it home. Another hat trick for me. That's 2 hat tricks in the span of 3 games. I'm on fire. And what do you got to say now, coach? Am my performances still unsatisfactory? I would think not. I've single-handedly brought us back in this one, and I come out right after that. I play a 9.2, another rating over 9, so I figured out that's how you get ratings over 9. You just got to score hat tricks. Simple as that. That's all you got to do. Not too difficult. But that was after the international break that we had, so I was a little bit more fit to play in that one. I've been struggling the whole episode up until that game, and I finally got to unleash all of my talents at one time. But that is going to do it for this episode. We're going to take a quick look at the league table before we go. You can see Bayern Munich right behind us on 2 points. That loss to Augsburg absolutely killed us. We were doing so well, but it seems like when I'm not on the field, the team struggles, which is not what I had expected. I expected Alexandru Maxim to come in and kind of create a seamless kind of transition from me to him, and that's just not been the case. So it's a little worrisome for them. For me, not so much, because I'm headed back to Seattle in a few short weeks. But that is going to do it for this episode, guys. If you had as much fun as I did, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you in the next episode. See ya.